It's Sum time!
What if we were made of ice?
No big deal. Sum is already made of ice.
Point number 1.
If we were made of ice, going near fire will prove to be very risky for us.
Point number 2.
If we were made of ice, there will be no need of ice cubes anymore.
Point number 3.
Ice is slippery. If we were made of ice, we may keep on falling down.
Point number 4.
If we were made of ice, there will be no need of water bottles anymore.
Point number 5.
If we were made of ice, no one will enjoy sunshine anymore.
Point number 6.
If we were made of ice, polar bears may start staying with us.
Point number 7.
If we were made of ice, there will be no need of refrigerators anymore.
Point number 8.
Dirt can be easily seen on ice. If we were made of ice, some people may keep on cleaning all day long.
Point number 9.
If we were made of ice, some people may even start driving cars made of ice.
Point number 10.
If we were made of ice, some people may even start living in homes made of ice.
Point number 11.
If we were made of ice, some people may start eating only ice.
Point number 12.
Ice floats on water. If we were made of ice, learning swimming will not be necessary now.
Point number 13.
If we were made of ice, some people may start wearing clothes made of ice.
Point number 14.
If we were made of ice, people who love cold weather may not be able to control their excitement.
Point number 15.
If we were made of ice, tourist spots known for their snow may lose their importance.
Point number 16.
If we were made of ice, some people may keep on taking selfies all day long.
Point number 17.
If we were made of ice, husbands and wives may not recognize each other anymore.
Point number 18.
If we were made of ice, our pet dogs may keep on licking us.
Point number 19.
If we were made of ice, we may become a celebrity overnight.
Point number 20.
If we were made of ice, in order to protect their ice, some people may start hiring bodyguards.
Point number 21.
If we were made of ice, even Earth may start looking like ice from outer space.
Point number 22.
If we were made of ice, wherever we go, we will always wet the floor.
Point number 23.
If we were made of ice, air conditioners will go out of fashion.
Point number 24.
If we were made of ice, people who hate cold weather will be mightily disappointed.
Point number 25.
If we were made of ice, even aliens may try to become like us.
What if Donald Trump disappeared?
No problem. People will vote to make Sum the president.
Oh, Sum. Firstly, if Donald Trump disappeared, President-elect Joe Biden would be extremely relieved. Secondly, if Donald Trump disappeared, Democrats may party, but Republicans would be one sad lot. Thirdly, Donald Trump withdrew United States from the Paris Climate Accord. If Donald Trump disappeared, climate activists would be one relieved lot. Fourthly, Donald Trump played a lot of golf during his presidency. If Donald Trump disappeared, popularity of golf clubs may go down. Fifthly, if Donald Trump disappeared, many people who were fired by Donald Trump may get their jobs back. Lastly, if Donald Trump disappeared, some people may start sporting Donald Trump's famous hairstyle in his memory. Topic: human tears. Why do onions make you cry?
'Cause they cannot crack a joke. Ha ha ha.
No. Onions consist of amino acid sulfoxides. When we cut an onion, millions of onion cells rupture, releasing the amino acid sulfoxides along with some special enzyme. These special enzymes react with amino acid sulfoxides to form a chemical called syn-propanethiol S-oxide. This chemical is volatile. That is, it easily evaporates at normal temperature, forming a gas. When this gas reaches our eyes, it reacts with the substance that keeps our eyes lubricated and forms mild sulfuric acid.
What? An acid in my eyes?
Absolutely. This sulfuric acid gives us a burning sensation. Now, in order to wash off this acid, our lacrimal glands produce a disinfecting liquid. But when our eyes cannot hold any extra amount of disinfecting liquid, it starts to fall down, making us cry. Topic: pneumonia. What causes pneumonia?
The letter P.
Nah. Pneumonia is a lung infection caused by microorganisms, which generally leads to difficulty in breathing. Normally, we inhale oxygen-rich air which reaches our alveoli. Alveoli are surrounded by blood capillaries. Here, the oxygen through the walls of alveoli diffuses into our blood. However, sometimes we also inhale harmful microorganisms. Mostly, the cilia and mucus in our respiratory tract trap these microorganisms, which are then expelled while coughing. But sometimes the microorganisms don't get trapped and reach the alveoli. There, they start to multiply, causing lung infection. That is, pneumonia.
Oh no. Now what do we do?
Now, to protect ourselves, the immune cells start attacking the microorganisms, causing inflammation and accumulation of fluid in the alveoli. As a result, the inhaled oxygen cannot get easily diffused into blood, thus causing difficulty in breathing. How do antiperspirants work?
They work overtime and don't even take incentives.
No. A type of sweat gland called apocrine gland produces sweat which has fats and proteins. Bacteria on our skin eat these fats and proteins and produce bad odors.
Oh, the odor is really gross.
Hence, to mask the odors, we use deodorants or antiperspirants. Deodorants make the environment too acidic or too salty for the bacteria to thrive, thus preventing the production of odors. On the other hand, antiperspirants enter the tube through which the sweat comes onto the skin and form a gel-like substance. This gel blocks the tube, preventing the sweat from coming onto the skin. If there's no sweat for the bacteria to eat, then there will be no odor. However, according to experts, some deodorants and antiperspirants contain toxic components. Hence, we should avoid their excess usage.
Arg! Now, just wait and watch. I'm coming. I'm coming. It's pointless. No matter how hard I try, the great gravitational force will never let it happen. We are all governed by an invisible force of attraction called gravitational force. It helps us walk on the ground and ensures that what goes up ultimately comes down. Go away! Go away! Why don't you leave me alone? That's because it's my brother, Shadow. Whether we are standing out in the sun or next to a light source, our body does not let any light pass through us. Nah. So what happens? A dark patch forms in the area where the light does not reach. The dark patch is called a shadow.
What if shadows disappeared?
Doesn't matter. Was never really afraid of shadows.
Firstly, if shadows disappeared, makers of horror movies will be severely disappointed. They will have to think of new ideas of scaring people. Secondly, if shadows disappeared, people may start missing shadows so much that they may start looking for old pictures or videos wherein shadows were still visible. Thirdly, if shadows disappeared, solar or lunar eclipse will not occur anymore. Stars and planets will get extremely confused. Fourthly, humans as well as animals usually rest under a tree in order to escape from sun's blistering heat. If shadows disappeared, it will not be easy to avoid sun's heat anymore. Lastly, if shadows disappeared, science teachers may have to remove this topic. History teachers may include it in their teaching. Topic: nuclear fusion. Why is nuclear fusion not used to generate electricity? You really want to know the answer to this, right? But wait. Before answering the question, let us understand what is meant by nuclear fusion. When two lighter nuclei combine to form a heavy nucleus, a large amount of energy is released. This process is called nuclear fusion. Where does this nuclear fusion take place? You think that it takes place in a laboratory? No. You are absolutely wrong. Nuclear fusion takes place in the sun. The nuclei of two hydrogen atoms join together to form a heavy nucleus of helium with the release of a large amount of energy. How do you think this energy reaches us? Nah. It does not reach us through power lines. Wait, I will tell you. The energy released after nuclear fusion reaches us in the form of sunlight, ultraviolet radiations, heat, etc. Hey, but we're already producing electricity with the help of nuclear fission. So why do we require nuclear fusion? For this, you need to first understand the difference between nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. As we already know, nuclear fusion is the fusion of two lighter nuclei with the release of a large amount of energy. The exact opposite process happens in nuclear fission. Here, a heavier nucleus splits into two lighter nuclei, releasing a large amount of energy. This process of fission is used in nuclear power plants, where a heavy nucleus of uranium is split into lighter nuclei. The energy that is released in this is used to generate electricity. However, there is a major disadvantage of nuclear fission. Wondering what it is? The major disadvantage is that uranium is a radioactive element. When uranium undergoes fission, it generates radioactive waste along with energy. This radioactive waste is very harmful for most life forms and the environment. Hence, we need to find a clean and safe source of energy to generate electricity. What source would that be? Would it be nuclear fusion? Bingo, you are right. Then why are we not harnessing the energy of nuclear fusion to produce electricity? This is because, for nuclear fusion, two conditions are required. They are high pressure and high temperature. Only when these conditions are met can the two nuclei travel at very high speeds, resulting in collision. On Earth, it is extremely difficult to create such high pressure and temperature. Even if we are somehow able to create these conditions, the question is, how will we control them? As there are many questions unanswered and unsolved, we have not yet succeeded in using nuclear fusion in the production of electricity. What is a cataract?
It may be a cat's nickname.
No. Hey! A cataract is an eye disease.
How does it form?
Wait, I'll explain. Each of our eyes consists of a transparent lens.
Is it similar to my camera lens?
Absolutely. Our eye lens is made up of water and protein. They are arranged in such a way that keeps the lens clear and lets light pass through it. Hence, a sharp image is formed on the retina. However, as we age, the protein begins to clump together, making the lens cloudy. This clouding of our eye's natural lens is called a cataract. In such situations, when light from an object enters our eye, the clumped protein blocks or scatters the light. As a result, a blurred image is formed on the retina, thus making it hard to see. How are smartphones changing us?
Ha! No one can change the one and only some.
Yeah, you show off. Bending and staring down at our phones for several hours increases the stress on our neck and spine, leading to neck and back pain. Experts refer to this condition as text neck, and it can eventually lead to serious consequences. Also, at night, when we stare at our smartphones, the light emitted from their screens makes our brain think it is still daytime. So, our brain does not produce the sleep hormone melatonin, causing us to stay awake for long hours and thus disturbing our circadian rhythm, which regulates our everyday bodily functions. This can lead to obesity, diabetes, cancer, etc. An interesting fact is that smartphone addiction has given rise to a new phobia called nomophobia, short for no mobile phone phobia. It is basically the fear or anxiety of being without our phone.